Welcome to REIT Magazine's weekly report. I'm Matt Bichard.
And I'm Alan Kenny. In our first story this week, U.S. REITs were up in the first month of 2013. The FTSE NAREIT REIT index had total returns of 4.28% in January. Equity REITs gained 3.74% for the month. The industrial sector got off to a particularly strong start, up nearly 9%. REITs trailed the S&P 500, which climbed 5.18% in January. NAREIT's Brad Case discussed REIT's January performance in a video interview with REIT.com.
The REIT market returned just a little bit more than 4.25% during just the month of January. That's actually a little bit less than the performance of the broad stock market. And you're going to have months in which REITs outperform the rest of the stock market, other months in which they underperform, but I doubt that any investors are going to be complaining that their underperformance made them richer by 4.25% in 1 month.
NAREIT will be holding its third annual Leader in the Light Working Forum from March 18th to 19th at the Quinta Resort Club in La Quinta, California. The event will take place just prior to NAREIT's REITWise 2013 Law, Accounting, and Finance Conference. Since 2005, NAREIT's Leader in the Light Award program has honored NAREIT member companies which have demonstrated superior and sustained energy use practices and sustainability initiatives. In recent years, NAREIT has served in an advisory capacity with the Global Real Estate Sustainability Benchmark Survey, commonly known as GRESB.
The GRESB initiative is backed by more than 40 of the world's largest institutional real estate investors and investment managers. In June 2012, NAREIT's executive board authorized NAREIT to migrate the Leader in the Light Award program into the GRESB platform, beginning with last year's 2012 GRESB survey. NAREIT recently spoke with GRESB developer Niels Koch.
It's interesting also to see that when we started 3 years ago that the US was lagging behind a little bit when it came to reporting on energy efficiency and measuring and energy efficiency implementation in buildings. What we see now is that the US is also catching up in terms of performance. So the leaders in the US are not far behind the leaders in other regions if they're not the same or better.
The working forum will take place in advance of the time frame during which GRESB Leader in the Light submissions will be accepted, from April 1st to June 30th, 2013. For information on attending the working forum, visit the URL listed below.
That wraps up this week's edition of Weekly Report.
We'll see you next week, and be sure to stay up to date with all the latest commercial real estate industry news at realestateinvestmenttoday.com as well as REIT.com.